Vanessa, I've got another favor I need you to do for me. We ran out of bathtub cleaner and toilet paper. Can you pick some up for me, please? Oh, and I need you to pick me up 2 10-pound bags of potatoes. I've got none for dinner tonight. While you're at it, can you get me 2 bags of apples, a bag of onions, and a good-sized watermelon? At my age, it's really difficult for me to go shopping for these heavy items. Oh, and when you've finished the shopping, can you come and make me lunch and help get things ready for dinner, too? Good morning, Edith. I'll be free to do your shopping this evening. Is that okay? Huh? Well, then what am I going to do for lunch? And how am I supposed to make dinner if the shopping isn't getting done until the evening? I'm really sorry, but I'm starting work right now. What? You quit your job, didn't you? Huh? I've been checking up on you. Recently, your car has been sitting in the driveway all day long. You haven't been going to work. At first, I assumed you were just taking a vacation day or 2, but your car has been there almost every day for 2 weeks straight. That must mean you finally quit your job to be a housewife. You can't hide it from me. I know you're just sitting at home doing nothing. No, that's not what's going on. My office is changing around how its employees are working. They've implemented remote work now. Remote work? Up till now, we've been working in the office, but now we're using the internet to connect to the office, and many of us can work from home. So it means I'm in my house, but it's like I'm at the office. I have just as much work to do now as I did before, so I'm not a housewife. My job comes first. Doing things around the house comes second, like it always has. So you're a homemaker now, and you're running a little side business from your house? No, I'm working from my house, but it's not like that. Yeah. Call it what you want, but you're working in your house, right? That means you're a housewife, a homemaker. They work from home. If you've got enough spare time to do that side job of yours, you're no different than a housewife. I don't think you get what I'm saying. The point is, you weren't doing well enough at work to get any kind of promotion. You were a low-level employee, right? I wonder if it was because you weren't getting along well with the others, That's why they sent you home, so you could work there without bothering anyone else. That's not what remote work means at all. It wasn't just me. Everyone who doesn't have to physically be in the office is doing remote work. We still have to keep in contact with everyone. Stop with your excuses. You must be an embarrassment to your company for them to just send you home. Frank must be so ashamed that he married you. If that's the case, then the least you could do would be to be helpful to me and do what I asked you to do. Show me you understand me by getting that stuff done for me right away. Like I said, I have work today, so stop with that. Just do what I said. Do you hear me? I can't. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Pardon me? Vanessa, I'm still waiting on you to do the shopping I asked you to do. And why didn't you come and make my lunch or help with dinner yesterday? Today, I need you to do my laundry and vacuum my house, too. You better get over here really early and start, or you'll have no time left to do your own housework. I'm really sorry, Edith, but I can't make it over to your house today. Well, why not? I have a web conference today. A web conference? What's that? To put it simply, we use the internet to connect with other coworkers, and we have a conference. It's like meeting at work. Should I just call it a meeting so it's easier for you to understand? I see. So you're saying it's a company meeting. I can't believe you're still going on about stuff like that. Well, it's part of my work, so I have to do it. You work alone in your house and you tell me you have a meeting? You're acting like you're so important. I doubt you're qualified to do anything like that. You need to start putting my requests first. They're much more meaningful than anything you're doing. Just turn these people down or get someone to take your place and get over here and help me. I can't do that. I have to be in this meeting. I'm one of the presenters today, and it's important to me. So I won't be going over to your place today. I can't believe you. A daughter-in-law is supposed to put her mother-in-law's need above all else. It's only natural. You need to start acting like the housewife you are. Like I said, I'm not a housewife. You're not acting like a daughter-in-law should. I told you, if you're working from home, it means you're a housewife. There's no difference. Stop arguing with me and get your butt over here. Sorry, the conference is about to start. I won't be able to respond to you for a while. Wait, Vanessa! Sorry, goodbye. I'm not done talking with you yet. You're acting like you're making lots of money, but a housewife doesn't make money. Who do you think you are? I think Frank is making too much money for you. You're starting to think you're royalty when we all know you're not. I'm going over there right now to teach you how you should act if you want to keep being my daughter-in-law. And if you can't learn, I'll make my son divorce you. So just you wait. Vanessa, have you come to your senses yet? I was nice enough to go over to your house the other day, and when I went into your house, you locked yourself in your room and ignored me. You kept on talking about that stupid meeting. I was going to teach you how to be a good wife and what I expect of you as my daughter-in-law. Do you really think you had any right to hide in that room and ignore me like that? You need to learn your place if you want to be Frank's wife. Good evening, Edith. Yeah, you really came here the other day, didn't you? Well, do you plan on continuing to defy me? There's no point in you talking to me anymore. I think you need to talk directly to Frank. Huh? To Frank? Why? You're the one I need to speak to. You're the one with the problem. I'm going to block your number now. What did you say to me, Vanessa?
Mom, if you want to continue your conversation, then talk with me.
Frank, this must be so difficult for you. With the way that Vanessa is acting, it must be causing problems for you, too. If you can't put up with her anymore, you can always come back and live with your father and I. Don't be afraid to divorce her, either.
I need to ask you, do you remember me telling you that the company I work for is a client of the company Vanessa works for?
Huh? Now that you mention it, it rings a bell.
We work for different companies, but just like Vanessa, all I need to complete my work is a computer.
Really? But Vanessa already quit her job, so that really doesn't have anything to do with this. More importantly, we need to teach Vanessa how to be a proper housewife.
But she told you, she hasn't quit her job, and she's not a housewife.
Huh?
You keep thinking working at home and housework are the same thing. You're not even trying to understand what remote work is. My company is starting to change the way we work too, and soon I'll be working from home just like Vanessa.
What? No, I don't want my son to be a stay-at-home husband. Is your company okay? Is it going under? If that's the case, let's talk to your father. Maybe he knows another company you could start working at, okay?
That's not what's happening. I told you before, this is just one part of the way the company is changing. And I said changing, not sinking. Remote work cuts down on office expenses for the company and gives employees more time with their family. These are just some of the good things that are coming out of their new policy, and my salary isn't going down.
Well, so...
Vanessa and I are both going to be doing remote work. That means each of us have to separate our work and personal lives. And while we're in our house, our family has to understand that we're at work. But then, you.
Huh? What about me?
The other day during Vanessa's web meeting, remember? Vanessa was home having a web conference and you barged in during the meeting. You interrupted the meeting and the whole thing had to be put on hold because of you.
Huh?
You did it right when Vanessa was in the middle of her presentation, too.
So what happened?
Everything you said to Vanessa. Don't act like working from home makes you special. You're no different than a regular housewife. I'm more important than anyone you're talking to. You act all high and mighty even though you're nothing. If you won't do as I say, you'd better start preparing for a divorce.
Wait, what?
You were standing right outside her home office, pounding on the door and yelling at her. Everyone participating in the web conference heard what you said to Vanessa.
You're kidding!
My company is just a little slower than Vanessa's in getting the remote working set up, so I was in my office that day. You're lucky I wasn't at the house when you did that. Thankfully, everyone in the meeting is new to remote working, so nobody was really angry. They sympathized with the whole situation, but that doesn't make it any less embarrassing for either of us. People from my office were part of that meeting too, and they know Vanessa is my wife. And now they know what kind of mother I have too.
Well,
And how did you get a copy of our house key? I never gave you one.
Huh?
I know I locked the door when I left, and Vanessa said she double-checked right before the conference. But somehow you had no problem walking right in. Explain that.
Well, a while ago, when I came over, I saw the spare key sitting on the shelf and...
What? The only shelf you would have found a spare key on would be in our bedroom. Did you go into our bedroom without our permission?
Well, it's your fault. I asked for a spare key to your house many times, but you never gave me one.
I didn't give you one because I didn't want to give you one, because I knew you'd do something like this.
Well, but if something ever happened, I'd need a spare key to get in. So I don't see any harm in me having a key just in case.
You mean in case something like this happened? Vanessa not vacuuming your house was a big enough emergency you had to break into our house to get her? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I've already had all the locks changed since your little incident.
What?
And I'm gonna be making Dad pay me back for the cost of having all the locks changed.
But why? Just hold on a minute here.
And on top of that, Vanessa and I are gonna be moving soon.
What? You're moving?
I told you, I'm going to be working from home pretty soon, too. I can't have you come barging in interrupting us whenever you feel like it.
You don't have to move. Don't say stuff like that.
It's too late. The wheels are already in motion.
Look, I understand now. You don't have to move away, okay?
Sorry, I don't trust you anymore. Even my boss suggested I move after what happened during Vanessa's conference.
But where you're living now is perfect. You're only a 10-minute walk away.
Yeah, and the decision to live that close to you has clearly backfired on us. I'm not even gonna give you the address of where we moved to.
How could you say that?
I have just one more thing to say. Are you even aware of what you've been doing?
Of what I've been doing?
How you've been treating my wife, the woman I love. You've been horrible to her. You've been treating her like your own personal slave. If you want to contact me ever again, make sure you do it through Dad. I'm blocking you now, too.
Frank, don't do that. A few days after that, Frank and I moved away. The day of the move, my father-in-law was nice enough to keep my mother-in-law away from us. So with his help, things went really smoothly. Without my mother-in-law's constant complaining and butting in, I'm able to do my remote work with no problems. I'm doing so well, in fact. My company is praising me for how efficient I've become. there's talk of a promotion in the near future. On the other hand, I heard from my father-in-law about how my mother-in-law is doing. Apparently, she still can't understand the difference between working at home and being a homemaker. Every time my father-in-law tries to explain it to her, she just says, "Well, that sounds like a housewife to me." Apparently, in her spare time, all she does is complain about me to him. Or worse, she begs him to contact us and try to figure out our address for her. So Frank's father is considering moving out for a while, or maybe even divorcing her, because he can't stand to hear her complaining about Frank and I all the time. Thanks for watching! If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time!